Yeah, you better pat me down and pray for peace before you let us in. My jettison is full of carnivores and lettucemen. You pushing positive, then we can be the best of friends. We drink the fire from the fountain in excellence. Open sores, open doors like a Trojan horse. No remorse, I make lore fact like college course. Making seconds to records, the textures you could never touch the circle I rolled and you overstepped your effort. I'm the shepherd and leopards, I'll pull you back together. You fall apart, I'll build it back with better. I'm a scoundrel with my pen works adventures. My punchlines are too raw for glass jars and dentures. You think you've seen madness? Well, I am the center. I'm only happy in the summer. The winter. Watch out now. Come heavy water. It's high now. Not going under. Oh, oh, oh. Not gonna let you go. Oh, oh, oh. Pay what you owe. Watch out now. My mistake. It's damn namaste. And Dolly Lama, cause I'm searching for better days. Tijuana, I'm cutting through this with my switchblades to katanas, cause I've learned something from years ahead hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something. I'm glutton for all these beatings and fighting for what I'm loving. If the whole world's throwing up spikes, I keep on trucking, yeah. I ain't got time for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope and you can go and hang tight. It's getting dark as midnight. This beat swinging so hard, we in a fist. Tippy toe, watch me dip and roll round the corner, on another level. Watch my inner glow. I be switching colors, red, green, and gold. I'm speaking the truth, and now I'm spitting heavy waters on the floor in the booth. Let's go. Watch out now, come heavy water. It's high now, not going under. Oh, 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 not gonna let you go. You watch out now. Come heavy water. Now listen to me. Yeah. Gonna run down a bad man.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. And off we go from Las Vegas. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Oh, the gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. You look at this Raiders defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
And stopping the run, That's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Ooh, with a juke. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 31, here's 2nd and a couple. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Broncos 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw, Hall. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And powering through at the 35. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Up the middle they go. Preston. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for two. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here's Hall. His throw incomplete. We can look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific a week ago with a win over the Lions.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Preston. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 3rd and 12. Now it's Hall. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Still going inside the 20. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
It's complete, and he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Throwing here is Hall. Pass complete right side to Bowers. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards. Now Hall. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Hall. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Second and 7. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Erickson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. There he goes, left side. He's to the 15. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Now, their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Hall. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he gets his down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Now a give right side. Preston. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Hall to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Back to throw. Hall. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. 140 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They go play action here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Denver, and even 80 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Next to the score, Broncos 29, Raiders 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. How about this? And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's to Bowers once again. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They run the counter. Preston. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Two yards still to go. Third down now. Looking to throw. Hall. That is caught. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hall. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
To throw again on second down. Hall. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Hall. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore,
oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. He's got it at the 15. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll set up to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Hall, he's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Raiders 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Here's Hall, throwing to start the drive. It's caught by Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Hall. Gets it to Brown, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, Because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Dalton Kincaid, 52 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. One of the tight ends comes in motion. That's caught. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Back to throw now on first down. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 10 more there and another first down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And
this is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Raiders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole as they'll remain down by a bundle. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 45 yards. And the Broncos have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
He's to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Looking to throw. Hall. And now here is another interception. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
First down 10 at the 43-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll look to throw here.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
A third quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially. To the line of scrimmage amidst traffic, but in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 2nd and 6.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie rookie mistake, third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Yeah, the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Off the play fake. Barry. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Broncos get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Gore hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Barry. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Off the play fake. Barry. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And the Raiders have got him. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Operating from the gun, Barry. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Up the middle they go. Preston. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
106 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back to throw, Hall.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now it's Hall.
This is brought in by Brown.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Here's Hall.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Throwing here is Hall.
And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On first down, Preston. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's Hall.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings them second and 5.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And the Broncos once again going for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
They're on the 32-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. They'll run on first down. Preston. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
All to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really,